All right.
Well, yeah, we could chat with Amina one time.
I find we should.
Good morning, Amina.
Good
How are you
morning.
doing?
Good morning. I'm tired, but I'm good.
You're tired, but you're good. Well, I want to say firstly, thank you for the work that you're doing.
Thanks.
For those who may not know on the outside, can you tell them a little bit about the history of Is There Not a Cause and what kind of missions you guys have been involved in?
Well, this year we celebrate 19 years of organic grassroots response. We were birthed in 2002 out of a situation in Maloney where a young person was murdered. And we felt we needed to go in the community to do something. And the idea was really just to go around certain, but we didn't have the fancy word at risk, but at-risk communities now, that's the term we would use, and really work with the youth. And then we got an opportunity to go to Guyana, we got an opportunity to go to Haiti, and then from there, we have been involved in almost every major disaster, except I think Italy, the earthquake in China, one or two, but it was the tsunami, with Rita and Katrina in Louisiana, things in Kenya, throughout the Caribbean, Haiti. We were in Dominica in a big way. We were one of the first persons on the ground. The Haitian earthquake, Dorian, in 2019 in Bahamas, that really took a big hit there. And we did a lot of work locally during COVID, over 6,000 hampers and a couple thousands of meals. So we are at home. We provide transitional housing. We've just, through the support of our grassroots people, we were able to purchase a building for $2 million within the last 9 months. We started raising funds in June, where we house persons because our first property is actually bursting at the seam. A lot of persons sleeping in cars, sleeping on the promenade with their children, and police and state authority. We don't get any state funds, I just want to add that. Police and state authority, we call and say, listen, you'll have a room. We have a mother here in the station we do a lot of work with the migrants as well. And as it relates to this eruption, we've been on alert from our partners in St. Vincent since December. On the 30th of March, which was the Baptist Liberation Day holiday, we had a walk along the savannah because we are in the process of purchasing a food truck to do a mobile food kitchen. And we got a call, and our partner, Harry, she's like, listen, this thing can happen any minute. So we left the savannah, we went to one of our bases, and we began to just pull all of our resources together. And we also got a supermarket open. And we packed stuff, and we would have sent the first shipment within that week and the second shipment last week. So that's where we are now.
What are some of the things that you guys have sent across already? Blankets,
masks, but they were not the appropriate masks,
okay,
right? Because we have to change the whole game now.
Yeah.
So we sent masks, hygiene kits, lots of hygiene kits, food, water, over-the-counter medical supplies, gloves, toiletries, adult pampers, baby pampers, that kind of stuff.
What are some of the things that you think are still needed based on your contacts?
Well, we sent tanks, water tanks, because, well, the tanks docked on Friday, but the time, unfortunately, we were in a race against time.
Right.
The time the tanks docked on Friday, the explosion took place at the scene, and we wanted to get them full, thousands
so
of
gallons.
So they would have them
water
before. But that didn't happen. God is still in charge. So the respirators, or the N95 masks, not just any mask. A lot of persons have volunteered to sew masks, and we will take that and we will send it in the second phase. But for right now, we need those masks with the respirators, to filter, because that stuff in the atmosphere is really toxic. So that, as Ms. Cato would have spoken to the shelters, that's a very, very serious matter. It's about 90 shelters. Persons there's only so far your knapsack goes. We're putting together in this shipment that's going out probably by tomorrow. We're putting together medication, and we're going to go out today and tomorrow and purchase more medication for people who are hypertensive, who are diabetic, lifestyle diseases. And we're being fed data. We are part of a group, and they're going to the shelters, and so we actually have a shopping list today for some shelters who need cots, who need diapers, who need clothes and stuff. So water, of course, water is always in a disaster. And with the power cuts, batteries, torchlights, lanterns, and things that from a female perspective, to me, sanitary care packages for ladies with undergarments and stuff.
All right. And tell me, how can people who want to donate, how can they help?
Well, from tomorrow, later today, we will have the partnership of the Police Credit Union. We need to just tighten up that, but there are a number of outlets throughout Trinidad and Tobago. If you're in Tobago, so far we have Jesus Makes a Difference supermarket. Everybody in Tobago knows Mr. Bilbong. They're a government household in Scarborough. He's a Tobago stalwart. We are at the Napa River Bowl. We want to thank Mr. DeBeek for his support. So persons can pull up at the bowl, they can drop it off. We are at 47 Bombay Street. And that's where, if people who've been asking us to take stuff for the family, you must take it to our base, because you don't want to drop it all over, where we can record your name, copy of your ID and everything that you have for your family, if those who need that assistance.
Oh, so they can send things directly to their family
yes, people
through
have
you.
been asking us. It's something that we don't always like to take responsibility because it is a huge responsibility. But from a humanitarian aspect, there are people who are here and their families are there and they feel a sense of helplessness.
Of course.
And so that is one of the ways at ISNAAC. We try to take a very humane approach with the love of God to what we do. It's not just about statistics and stats and moving people from one zone to the next. It's about human beings and how they feel and identity. You know, people have their grandmother say, their mother crying, no water. A volcano is not a disaster like a hurricane. A hurricane happens and it goes its way and we clean up. We get in one time and we do that. This is an evolving thing that, you know, you keep the
we don't know how long it will go on for exactly.
It could end today, it could go, God forbid, months, you know.
Yeah.
And the natural diagnosis perspective doesn't look good. I mean, we're praying and we believe in God for the best, but we're still planning for the worst, if that is how it should go. Another repeat of things that have happened in the past. So we have numbers 330-GIVE, 330-GIVE, or 704-BASE, 704-BASE. And people want to talk to me, they can call me 3942-042. We are all over Trinidad on the avenue at Synergy TV. We're in front there. We continue to collect there. We are expanding all our different places. If you're in the east, just on Ragu Road by Divine Encounter off of Mausika, you just drive in, you drop off your stuff. I know everybody's concerned about COVID. They know sort of interface, drop off and go. The bowl in San Fernando. We have Marcon in Marva. Lots of places they can call for a venue near them. There are persons who are bedridden or just not coming out. We are mobilizing people. We have been picking up your donations as well. We're also looking for a supply of cots, which we have not been able to get the source. So we are on that matter today. We have a GoFundMe for the people who are in the U.S. It's ISNAAC, Soufriere Response. We bank with First Citizens Bank and Republic. And we are reaching out to the diaspora next week, Saturday and Sunday throughout North America. We have different spots that people can go in on Saturday and Sunday. We have a place in Boston, Tabby's. They are doing the collection right through. So we are reaching out as much as possible to collect. We will, as I said, we've been activated on pause and our maps get set and we have just gone and people are really, you know, the best. We've seen the best of Trinidad and Tobago once again. There was the little special people I would say about it. But I must say that we were in Jamaica in 2007 for Hurricane Dean.
Yes.
Yes, we were there in a big way. That was our first time we went there as a team. And we would have gone again, I think there's some floods in 2010 or 2011. We were there as well. And we
didn't go for Ivan.
No, we didn't go for Ivan. We were in Grenada.
Okay. How big is your team?
We have about 80-something people, right? Then, you know, out of that 80-something, about 50 people that's very active. What happens in a disaster that's really good, we have a lot of people who would come on and they will be activated and they will bring their special skills to the table. It might be logistics, it might be being a driver. You know, we have different people there. We have a medical team, so lots of doctors and stuff. They don't come and volunteer every time, but once we're doing something, they bring bring their skill set to the table.
I always wonder how you do it. How do you, something happens today, how are you able to mobilize so quickly?
When you are small and you are flexible and they said I'm a pragmatic. I'm not learning that truth, you know, whatever I mean. But we like to be practical. So, for example, you are in a social media space. So, for example, take Dorian. The earthquake in Haiti is different. That happened in the moment. We had no, at least in the wider community, we didn't know. Or even Ivan, it happened and we had to respond. We said it's not responsibility, the ability to respond. So because we have built a reputation, once something happens or it's beginning to happen, people begin to put us in their thoughts and they reach to us and then we garner. So we have been monitoring this situation since December. Trusting it won't happen and being updated. So when we got that call on the 30th, we began to think, what do we need to do? We need to get a space. We started to think about, okay, we need to reach out to people who own tents because we need to set up a wider distribution. We started to go through our phone. Who helps with transport? Make contact with boat owners. So that's people who do the brokerage. Do an update. So what would have changed between when we shipped in 2019 to 2021? There's a tsunami that as a possibility. How will that affect boats going in? If there's all this smoke and ash, okay, we know we can't use small planes.
So everybody knows you on the ports by now.
Yeah, they know.
Basically.
We run the ghetto port.
Avenel Hector Joseph, I want to thank you for the work that you're doing. And on behalf of the Now Morning Show, we did a small collection this morning that we can donate.
Yes.
We can donate to the cause, because I mean, is there not a cause, right?
There is a cause.
There is a cause.
You get some female stuff with this.
Yeah.
Something is better than nothing.
Something is better than
Try
nothing.
to pull together.
If you get one bottle of water, that one bottle of water, somebody in that shelter have no shelter,
they will get
no
something
water.
to drink.
Yeah.
So we want to thank you. We want to just get our Facebook pages ringing off and our phones 330 give 704 base with Republic Bank and First Citizen Bank. All of the accounts are
And they
there.
go
It's
me as well.
740.
704.
704. Sorry,
Okay.
704.
704-2273, yeah?
And persons who want to help, we could call us, and we need as many hands as possible. We have to bag stuff, sort clothes, you know, and we're just doing what we can to represent. We are one Caribbean strong.
Thank you very much. Continue doing the great work. Avenel Hector Joseph, founder and team leader at Is There Not a Cause? We'll be right back. When we come back, we'll be chatting with the ODPM for a nice update on what's happening.